I'm Wendy Wright, and I am here from the TA project at Rutgers University to talk to you today about mid-semester teaching evaluations and why you should use them and what you can get out of them. First, why should you run your own assessments? You know, the university does at the end of the semester. What can you get from it? There are several things you can get from it. First, one, you can assess your course in such ways that you can improve your course now. When you get your end of course evaluations, it sometimes is months after the course, and it can be hard to address those specific things in the class. By assessing mid-semester, you can make immediate changes to improve both your experience in the course and your students' learning. Two, another reason that you might want to run a mid-semester evaluation is that it signals to the students that you care about them. You care what they think and that they have something to give to the course. It also provides an opportunity for you to reflect on the course and for your students to reflect on what they've done in the course. And this is an important one that's kind of a little sneaky. Sometimes your students don't necessarily realize that they haven't done the reading for a little while. By giving them a chance to reflect on the course as a whole, you're giving them a chance not only to reflect on you, but also on themselves. And so next, what to evaluate. There are any number of questions you might want to ask on a midterm evaluation. And those might be very formal, so you might take the form that is used at the end of the course and just change the wording a little bit, but have it be very formal. Or you could do something really informal. What do you love? What do you hate? What would you change? Those are three really useful questions that will get at important information. And so choosing the specific things to ask about, really you want to tailor it to your course and to your teaching style. Formal versus informal. Do your students like the lectures versus, say, the group work? Pick out what it is that you would like to know about your course. All right, and now number three, responding to these evaluations. You have all of this data. Now what are you going to do with it? First of all, it's important to respond quickly. If you just have this data and you let it languish, one, you might not get to it, then it might get late enough in the semester that you lose it, and your students will begin to lose faith that you actually care about what they think, which is one of the big benefits of doing them in the first place. When you do go through your data, you want to do so carefully. Take what your students are saying seriously. A good way to do this is to go through the positive comments first and see what your students are really liking about the course and making sure that you can kind of continue that and expand upon it. And then also taking the negative comments and seeing, are there ways that you can address those in the course? If, for example, your students think you speak too quickly, that's a very easy thing to fix. And you can figure out ways to incorporate that into your lectures. And then, these are important closing things to do with your mid-semester evaluations, deciding what you're going to do. If you're not going to make any changes at all, then it's probably, you know, it can be actually negative to run these evaluations because your students might completely lose faith that you care about what they're doing. But even making small changes, kind of figuring out small ways to respond and to improve your course can be really effective. And then finally, tell your students what you're doing. And this is very important because you can make your changes and you can think they're big changes, but if your students don't see that or don't understand what you've done, then they might feel like they've been left adrift. But if you can tell your students exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it, and you might do this face-to-face, make an announcement in class, or you might make an announcement through your online course management tools. Say, this is going to change in this way, and I've responded to these comments in this way. You can, one, make important improvements to your class. Two, show your students that you're listening, that you care, and that you take their learning seriously. And three, build a strong foundation of future improvement. And that is our small lesson on mid-semester teaching evaluations with the TA project from Rutgers University. Thanks.